Hi guys, I'm Saintvicious, and I'm going to do my 3.7 patch rundown. Alright, so we got? We got Kali, Twin Child, now against Vision, an area effect. This is kind of useful for scouting things out. That's whatever. Shadow Dance, they toned down the nerf that they did to it originally. They dropped it back down again by 5 seconds in the earlier level. And then...
Hey friend,
Hey, Double O. And then,
part of your video.
no, because... Okay, what do you think about the Caitlyn nerfs?
Fuck Caitlyn, dude. That champ sucks.
But you think this is like Crusher or what?
Yeah, that pooped on it pretty hard.
Okay, so like Double says Caitlyn got pooped on pretty hard. Because the big change here is the base attack speed was reduced. That's because like the way the formula is calculated for things like Phantom Dancer and Blade of the Ruined King, things like that, increasing attack speed is it's multiplied by this base number. So it's kind of a big hit to her. And Cassiopeia got her Twin Fang. Now counts as a single target spell for the sake of items like Rylai's and Spell Vamp. So this is actually a really huge buff to Cassiopeia because now she gets the full Spell Vamp on her E and gets full Rylai's slow on her E. So I could definitely see her being a viable pick again. She is actually a viable pick right now. She just takes a lot of skill to play. So I think you'll actually see Cassiopeia coming out with this. Diana got like extremely heavy nerfs, and I think that they're warranted because she's just obnoxious as hell right now. They nerfed her Moonsilver Blade to 250, which is her auto attack thing, and they also reduced the cleave range on it. Uh, this is a like this is like the warrant like she just has so much like upfront innate damage with the Moonsilver Blade, and I think they just wanted to tone that down because you can just build tanky AP items on her and still do like a ton of damage. So they nerfed that. Then they nerfed Pal Cascade also to 210 from 240, and the shield also got reduced to 100 from 155 ability power, and they also oh no wait, yeah, they reduced it by 55 base at max level, and then they also dropped the AP ratio on it. And the second application of the shield now stacks with the first shield instead of replacing it. So this is like a huge. That's actually the biggest nerf to Diana is the fact that they cut her shield so much because that was what made Diana who she is that she could just go in and just be tanky as hell because of her shield so broken. And this kind of really toned down the power on it. So I think that I think Diana could still be viable, but I don't think that she's going to be a top prioritized pick anymore. And you'll like only see her in the rare situation when you want a really hard engage from your AP. Let's see what else they changed. So we got Elise. They removed the Spider Form bonus. So that means that you're losing 25 armor and 25 magic resist at max rank. So that's roughly about 1,000 gold worth of stats they're taking off of Elise. And they also reduced the ability power ratio of Skittering and Frenzy. So overall, I think these are huge nerfs to Elise because one of the things that made her so strong was the fact that she had a lot of innate tankiness and a lot of innate damage. I think she'll still be viable, but I definitely don't think that she'll be like a super good pick anymore. So we'll see. Damascene standard vision radius, standard reduced 700 from 850. That's whatever. That just kind of hurts the scouting. Karma spot. They just like a quality of life thing for the slow. Like I don't think that's anything. Um, Misfortune. The passive max stacks increased to 5 from 4, and then they reduced the damage per stack down. This is just to make like if you get an all-out trade with Misfortune, like she can just like destroy you so hard. So I think they just wanted to tone that down a little bit. I think Misfortune's still good. She still has a good ultimate. Nami keeps getting like small buff after small buff after small buff, and I think this is just another one of these where they increased her base attacks missile speed, and then they increased the bonus move speed of Surging Tides, and then they also the big change here is the Aqua Prison. The stun duration got increased by 0.25, which is actually quite a long time just to change a little bit of CC. So I don't know. Like you see a little bit of Nami here and there, but she's just a hard champion to play. So maybe we'll see more of her with the stun increase. Just time will tell. I think she's an okay champion though, with certain 80 carries. Big change this patch is Nunu. Like I think this patch Nunu is going to be broken. Like for jungle, the consume change is whatever because like 100 Morgan to consume is big whoop. Like you barely kill creeps any faster. And they reduced the healing. I don't really care because I'm always full health in Nunu jungle anyways, and the healing ratio reduced. Don't really care anyways. I don't build too much AP on Nunu. But the big thing is, yeah, the consume now grants a bonus for so and so seconds based on the type of monster consume was used on. So if you, this actually warrants putting a couple points into consume early, and is gonna increase your jungle speed and give you like a lot more of just like fun little things. Like the golem type monster now increases size and maximum health by 10%. Nunu has a base health of 2 point like 2,450, I think, something like that at level 18, which is the highest, above and beyond the highest health of any um, champion in the game. So that means with just consuming a golem, you'll be running around with, in defense spec, in runes, probably almost 3,000 health, like with just no items. So you will probably see a 5,000 health Nunu running around. And this is really interesting because it stacks with like lizard type monsters now grant Nunu attacks and spells additional magic damage equal to 1% of Nunu's maximum health. So that means late game Nunu will be autoing you, Eing you, and ultimating for up to, it's to be 40 to 50 damage every single hit. So you have a Nunu that's autoing you for almost 200 damage a hit late game and running around 5,000 health. Like, he's going to be so obnoxious and hard to bring down, and he's going to do a ton of damage. So I think Nunu will be really good because of those. Quinn, Bugfix, Ramus. This just makes sure we can't taunt minions anymore for the people who can't aim taunt. Rumble got his damage kind of shifted around to the danger zone. I think it just raises the skill cap on Rumble, and they also nerfed the base damage and the AP ratio on his E. Rumble, I think, will still be okay, but I think he's actually going to be a balanced champion now after this change. Like right now, I still think he's overpowered, and I think this will just balance him out. Bug fix for Syndra. TF was actually a big thing this patch because they changed the blue restore on the mana for the card, for the blue card. So now you can't just like get half your mana back if you have a lot of AP late game. So now he'll have a little bit of mana issues late game, I think, with the blue card, unless he has blue buff. And then stack deck no longer gives CDR, which is pretty huge. And they shifted it over to attack speed. They doubled the attack speed, but removed the CDR, which is really huge because on top of that, they also increased the cooldown of at early ranks of his ultimate. So you're missing about 10% CDR, and then they jacked up the ultimate cooldown by 30 seconds. So you're really, realistically, only going to get off like 2 or 3 Twisted Fate ganks, probably 2 ganks per an early game laning phase, tops, when you're level 6, just because the cooldown's so long. And this is kind of really takes away Twisted Fate's little niche where he could just completely shut down lanes and port in and put pressure and things like that. So it hurts his early game a lot, which is kind of huge. Tiger Stance, it's whatever, it's a bug. Varus, his base movement speed is reduced to 330. That's kind of to put him more in line with other AD carries. And the minimum damage, basically what happened with this is they shifted the damage from Hail of Arrows over to Piercing Arrow. And then they also made his ultimate a little bit easier to hit because everybody misses that damn thing anyways. Warwick, I don't know. I don't really care about Warwick. Like, Warwick is just a depressing champion. I don't even want to talk about him. Zac got his base health regen reduced to 7.0 from 12.5. This is to make it to where he's not like unkillable top lane. And they also reduced the base damage on Let's Bounce and the tenacity. This is mainly because like Zac would jump in and he would solo your AD carry and then just go flying out because he can't be CC'd anyways. He's still gonna be really, really, really damn good, but I think he's just not gonna be as obnoxious. And then what else they changed? These Zed changes actually nerfed him into the ground, I think, and I thank God for that because I hate Zed and I hate dealing with him. He's so annoying. The damage dealt to secondary targets on Razor Shuriken got reduced by 40, and they also reduced the bonus attack damage ratio on it, so that's really good. For people who hate Zed like me, that's going to make him do a lot less damage. The visiting radius of Shadows has been reduced 700 from 1300. This just kind of gives it, like, before Living Shadow was like a really kind of overpowered scouting tool, so I guess I toned that down. And then Shadow Slash, this is the biggest nerf. This cooldown is increased to 4 from 3. This means you have to be like really on point to get 2 Shadow Slashes in the duration of your ultimate. And because you're gonna need CDR to back it up too. So you can't really rush play the Rune King either. You have to get like the Bruta and then maybe one more CDR item to do it or have a blue buff. What else got changed? Zyra, that's whatever. Mana Manipulator, nobody even buys that crap anyways. Mikhail's Crucible no longer grants mana. They changed, no longer gives health regen. Um, hmm. So they, oh no, wait, yeah, no, it does give health regen now, and it now gives 18 mana regen. So it's more mana regen, more health regen. And then it heals for more also. And active travel time changed to 0.2 from variable with the distance. So they also, I think they made the travel time on the Mikhail's Crucible a little bit faster too. So, uh, hmm. That's actually just overall buffs for Mikhail's Crucible, even though it's an item that's rarely seen. Shard of the True Ice, nobody cares about that item, it's garbage anyways. Summoner's Rift, caster minions, basic attack damage reduced to 23 from 25. That's whatever. I don't really, like, that's just a weird change. And that's it, man. That's it for all the things. Alright, that's it. Okay, I love you, bye-bye.